Iron Rod and Steel Distributors Employers of Nigeria has reassured the National Assembly of its commitment to fully support efforts towards mopping up substandard steel products that have saturated the Nigerian market because of the greed of some producers who are majorly foreigners working in collaboration with some government officials. Now, in a statement by the National President, the CHAS Chief Benga made available to newsmen in Ilorin on Tuesday morning, the union hailed the recent move by the House of Representatives Committee on Steel Development to harvest information regarding statutory compliance obligation and production process of suspected iron rod producers from the Standard Organization of Nigeria and tax laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria from the Federal Inland Revenue Service to ensure validation of reports. Now, he said in his words, and I quote, "We applaud it's a bold step in the right direction after a long period of calling for checkmate of the activities of the Standard Organization of Nigeria, which has become necessary." And he also talked about it being highly commendable that sanitizing the industrial production sector, because this is a big problem. When we talk about iron rod, we're looking at things like buildings, we're looking at other things that this, and you know, recently we've been having lots of building collapse in Nigeria, and then we'll trace it down to things, and people have been asking, we have the Standard Organization of Nigeria, what is going on? In fact, Nigerians believe that some of these agencies are not even doing anything at all. But what do you think about the story?
Like I coming up with this for me is a good one, but it's not only telling us how traceable have they their investigations for the previous collapse of buildings. How many persons have been brought to book? How many persons have been arrested? You know, they mention foreigners conniving with Nigerian officials.
Yes.
Giving us substandard products that are killing our people. These buildings collapse every day in Nigeria. The major ones are the ones that news captured. Okay, and as a result of poor productions of iron, substandard materials being used, sold in our Nigerian market, and Nigerian patronize them, and we know them through this mist they are talking about. That means actually they know there are substandard materials, substandard iron in the market.
Of course.
So now, since you have known that there are substandard material in the market, what have you done to arrest those people that are producing it? Because, for instance, you must know inferior and the good. You set up your agencies to go into market and start searching for these criminals, because I must call them criminals, because anything that is illegal is criminal minded. You want to make more profit at the detriment of Nigerians. Okay, so if they set up, they have failed the organizations of standardizations.
Yeah,
okay?
Standard Organization of Nigeria.
They have failed actually for not doing their job while they were established, ensuring that people follow standards, ensuring that protocols are followed at all levels. And when you see that things are going on, where are they? Why have they not acted? Why have they not arrested people? Do you mean they don't have enough manpower? What are their challenges? Does it mean that the head is not doing what it is in the law? Because
when it comes to Nigeria, you know, people would always look at the Standard Organization. You know, in Nigeria, we know that there are lots of substandard products, and sometimes we even go for them.
Because, you know, Nigeria like cheap things. And cheap things what kills.
This is the original, this is the fake, so give me the fake. Why?
You don't even allow the fake to come into Nigerian markets. That is why these agencies were created. Don't allow, arrest who is producing this fake. Okay? If there is no fake, then everybody go for the original. If there are no fakes, you have no choice. You go for the original. Do we have fake cars? No. You must buy a car.
But we have fake motor parts.
We have fake motor parts. So how did they come into Nigeria? This lies in the hands of the people that have to checkmate this. Because we cannot have fake motor. We don't have fake vehicle. All vehicles are standard because they are manufacturers. Follow procedures. Follow standard. Okay? You don't boycott those procedures before you make it a vehicle that move on the road. There is no fake vehicle. It must be a vehicle that is certified by the standard. Okay, so if the ISO that allow you to operate, we have ISO 9001, ISO 13000, and this ISO 14000. Even in organization, we have standard that you followed. If you don't follow the standard, there are penalties. So who is checkmating the standard? Which standard are the people producing this iron following?
We have Sun.
We have Sun. Who are they not? They are not doing their job. Actually, you know, between me and you know that they are not doing their job. But if they are doing their job,
Chief, you can't speak for me. You can only speak for yourself.
If they are doing their job, we won't be having substandard material all over the country. This is one sector, iron. What about motor parts? What about drugs? What about other things?
You know, we've spoken to some of these car owners, especially. I don't want to limit it to just commercial drivers now. We've done investigations concerning this, and then they have told us time and time again that these vehicle parts, the original parts, are really expensive. They are out of it. So I'm telling you their excuse, their reason rather. This is not an excuse for getting substandard.
Do you know that there are vehicles you don't have?
But they have said yes.
Do you know that there are vehicles you don't have the substandard parts? You can't see it. You don't have it at all.
But most of the vehicles that we have, the substandard parts are available.
Most of the vehicles we have are substandard parts we have.
We have substandard parts
Yes,
that are available.
available.
So these drivers, when they try to get, they just
original,
go for the cheap one.
go to
You
the cheap one that
understand?
you'll be buying every
And
day.
that is a big problem that we have here in Nigeria.
You'll be buying every day. If you buy the original, it lasts. There was a time I was using a Mercedes Benz as my personal car. Okay? If you go for the product of Benz, you don't always see substandard motor Benz parts. Because it's very expensive. It's expensive to maintain, but the duration, it lasts for you. You don't buy parts every day. Okay? So people avoid that product because you cannot always see fake parts.
But what about subsidizing this for the people? Because a lot of them cannot even afford it.
Okay.
So if you say buy the original, that's what people can buy the original.
Let
right?
the fake never comes at all.
Exactly.
And that's where
and then
Sun
the
comes in.
original, then the original. Because if you say let's look at it, if you're going to stop the fake from coming in completely, right?
Okay.
That means you need to also do something about the original. Like you need to subsidize it for
price.
these people because they will smuggle it in again.
And
they would look for a way to smuggle the fake in. If the subsidy, so while you're trying to block this aspect, you also need to look for a way to make it affordable for the people.
for me, making it affordable for the people, let there be availability of the genuine parts.
Are they even available? That's another thing we should discuss.
If there are much availability of the genuine parts, I know Nigerians the way we love good things.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so if it is available, not when you want to buy, they say the originals, we can't find it.
You have to import it.
You have to import it. And the importers don't want to go for originals. And these are things that we need people to correct. How did they get into Nigeria if it did not pass through the custom service? Did they not check it? Did they not see the invoices? Did they not see the custom duties and all that? These are organizations that have failed Nigerians in different ways. We are talking about iron that have been produced in Nigeria. Most of these iron are not imported.
Yes.
They manufacture it here in Nigeria. And you can walk to the company and say, can we inspect your facilities? Can we see what you are doing? Okay? You see why some product of drinks, they prefer this bottle, this breakable bottle, not rubber. Because the people find it difficult to have machine that can fabricate that bottle. They find it very difficult to see machine that can fabricate it, even to cock it. These are methodologies that some people do, not to bring in quacks or fake people into adulterating their product. So there are ways you can handle your product and you don't see people coming in to bring fake. Since we know this company, how many people have been arrested? That is my question. Why can't we walk into this company? Okay, stop producing. Okay, look at what happened to Dangote. Oh, he's alleged that he was producing a substandard material. Okay, you see Senate committees, everybody trying to get fact about the stories and all that. What stop us doing that same to irons that is killing people. Because what they are preventing in Dangote production is because we don't want our vehicle to go spoiled.
Yes, I remember the question. I've been wondering now. You know, we used to say that back then, some of these products were standard in the past. When you want to buy, I remember when we wanted to buy a gate while building, and then people said, oh, back then this gate was, do you understand? And then when we bought that gate, years later, it was difficult to find that quality again.
Yes.
And this doesn't just have to do with building now. It's difficult. And then one would ask, what were they doing differently in the past that we're not doing now? Why the proliferation of companies with fake products and substandard materials? So what do you think they were doing in the past that we probably are not doing now?
We have men of conscience in the past.
Come on, it's still the same Nigeria. These men of conscience bettered the Nigeria that we have today.
No,
so
we have men of conscience in the past that prioritize their skill. They want to demonstrate their skill. They want to ensure that quality works, that actually we can do this. And in the test of time, our name, they say good name is better than anything. They want to keep the name of that company in the test of time. And that is why you always refer to some companies.
After a lot of years.
A lot of years, after seeing what they have done, okay? But we have people that love money these days more than name. There are companies that you can start mentioning their names that they have best products. If you want to go for generator now, there are companies can start mentioning their names, okay? Even up to today. You don't want to mention names here. You can mention names of companies that produce generators that you can bet that once you enter their shop, be assured that what you are getting is the best. And you still have those companies existing today because of the name. They don't want their name to be mentioned that they are part of those that are doing things that are not good. So we don't have those people again in Nigeria. We don't have people that have conscience. We have people that love money more than name.
We have people who have conscience. I mean, don't you have conscience?
We don't. Am I into?
But you're a Nigerian.
Am I into?
Because you said in Nigeria we don't.
Okay,
have
let me
people
say
that have
the
conscience.
majority of those people
that
are in Nigeria.
Because I know I'm in Nigeria and I have conscience.
All of us have conscience. You have good people that have conscience to say, okay, what we are doing, it may not be my direct child or it may not be my direct brother that may buy it, but my brother in another indirectly can also be the beneficiary, can also be a beneficiary to this product. So why can't we do what is good? And as at then, they respect the law. They respect the law so much. There was no court corner in the judicial process. If you are found guilty, you are found guilty.
It probably wasn't as much as
just
it is
like
now.
in the US. There's no court corner. If you are committed a crime, you go in for it.
But okay.
You go in for it. If you commit a crime, you go in for it. There is no court corner. You cannot come and say you are my brother, or a big man will be calling you to temper justice with the person that you see that he has committed crime. So until we change our mindset, until we change the way we think, until we see ourselves as one. No, this product will not be sold here. We are going to sell in the northern part. So we think concern me. I mean, my brother is there. So let it, anything that happened there doesn't concern me.
Pathetic. We hope that to have more people with conscience. And aside that, it is because the government knows that these people exist and they will do the things that they are already doing. That is why these agencies were set up to monitor the affairs and the operations of these companies. All right.